All right, Bill Belichick entering his 24th season as Patriots head coach, and it might be the most heavily scrutinized Belichick has been in his career. Even Michael Holley seemed to sour on the coach earlier this offseason. Here he is just 2 months ago on BST.
Bill Belichick, if you look at these guys, especially in the last 3 to 5 years, I think it's fair to say he's at 10, fairly.
I want to know what happened to you, Mike, because we had this. Robbie can pull maybe 4 or 5 segments from last year where we do this exact thing. And I had Bill maybe 3rd behind McVay and Vrabel. Maybe I had him 5th behind McVay, Vrabel, and Reed and someone else. But I always had him in the 3 to 5 range. And you jumped all ugly on me, like, you know, ragging on all these guys. What have they done? How can you compare? You know, you fought me at every turn when I had him at 3rd or 5th. You fought me. You fought me. Now here we go. He's barely in your top 10. So what happened?
Well, first of all, 2022 was a tough year for me. You know, and, you know, Mike, I've matured. I've thought about things. I've analyzed things more clearly.
Last year was the line of demarcation for you.
Yeah, last year, because I think after a while you have to stop saying, well, look at the 6 Super Bowls. I think we all do that. Well, this guy's the greatest coach of all time, and which he is. Okay, the greatest coach of all time in totality, but you have to look at it right now. Right now, where is he? If you look at these guys, all the guys on that top 10 list, if the Patriots have these guys, are they better, worse, or the same? And I think in most of those cases, the Patriots are better.
All right, so again, that was Mike Holley just a couple months ago. Now here we're doing today stock up, stock down. So far, Patriots training camp, and his #1 stock up is Bill Belichick.
I can defend it.
Let's go ahead.
First of all, the stock market is volatile, so that's why it's called stock up, stock down, right? So stock. So look at the stock of Bill Belichick right now. In June, what I didn't know is that through no design of his own, Bill Belichick has been put in a better situation. It had nothing to do with him, and he's in a better situation. He didn't want to bring in Billy O'Brien necessarily. They made him. Robert Kraft made him do it. Maybe he didn't necessarily want to give up draft control. Robert Kraft made him do it. That's better. He did want to put his son in charge. The defense, Steve, and then Gerard Mayo came back. That had to do with Kraft a little bit as well, you know, give him a bump. So now Bill Belichick has some of these things off of his plate, and he can get back to doing what I think he does best. He should be working on game plans. He should be floating around the organization, plugging in where there are deficits, and just using his intellect that way. That's why his stock is up.
All right, that's a projection. What has he done this month that you say, wow, that's really spot on?
What has he done this month is like, this is the new Belichick. He doesn't have to, I think he has stayed out of the way. I think that's a huge deal. He stayed out of the way. He's let Bill O'Brien and Mac Jones burnish their relationship. I think he's turned the defense over to Belichick, younger Belichick and Mayo. I think that's a big deal. I know you think it's insane,
but hang on.
But I think that's right.
He could be stock up and go from number 10 to number 9. Like, you don't have him back in the top 3, do you?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, don't do that. That's too volatile a stock market.
We'll see what happens in the season.
So he's getting all this credit for doing nothing?
But sometimes
for sitting out?
You're in a better situation. Sometimes a better situation has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it's because of your own will. Same thing with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is number 2 for the same reason. He's the same Mac Jones from last year's training camp, except he's got a better coach now. So he looks better. We look at our Mac lens has changed because now he's working with a professional. That's why his stock is up. Have I seen anything different from Mac Jones than year 1? No, not really. But he's got an offensive coordinator who he respects.
Okay, I mean, the real quick story. 890 ESPN, Jones will remember this. We had an update guy who just kind of stunk, got in the way. He would speak a little bit too much, and everyone sort of wanted him to pipe down. So the program director asked him to pipe down. And we did a segment where I just did all the talking, and the update guy said absolutely nothing. Program director came into the studio during the break and said, good job sitting out. Think of that. Telling a talk show host, good job not talking. I swear this happened. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know exactly what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Good job sitting out.
Who's the guy?
So you're saying good job, Bill, for not doing anything? Like that?
Good job.
I'm telling you, man, if that is stock up, then that is.
It's good job. It's not over. Say it another way. Good job not overburdening yourself. Good job not going into areas that are not necessarily your strengths. Last year, you put in that clip from June, you said the line of demarcation was Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. And I said, yes. Yes, I started to question his sanity. I really did. I thought that was that's probably the dumbest thing he's done in his coaching career. Those 24 years as a head coach, that's the dumbest thing he's ever done as a head coach. And so now that that's out of the way and he's staying out of the way, yes, stock up.
Okay, Jones.
Damn right.
Jones, give us your list.
Yeah, lay out less baseball stats, Kevin. Look, I like Malik Cunningham. I didn't think he was even going to be anywhere near the roster. Now I have him as a roster lock. Boo, Phil Perry for keeping him off. Boo. Demario Douglas feels like a roster lock. I like what I saw out of Keon White in an actual game, which I still put stock in going back to the first game. I'm down on Juju Smith-Schuster. Zero explosion. I mean, zero on that reverse that he had in Game 2 against Green Bay. Gesicki's already banged up. That's scary. And I'm down on my guy Bailey Zappi.
Why?
I have not liked what I've seen in either game, and it seems like the reports in training camp, I haven't been there, but it seems like the reports are that he's, been completely passed by Mac, and he's thrown more picks than Mac. He's turned it over. These aren't things he did last year. He's doing it now. I don't like that.
You're comparing him to Mac. You're down on him because you thought he was ready to be a starting quarterback?
I thought he was at least ready to challenge for that job, yes.
I think he's done a good job. I think he's done a good job of showing himself to be a capable backup quarterback.
Of staying out of the way.
Yeah, once again, stock up. Hey, let me change my stock up. Put him on the list. He's tied with Belichick for one. Belichick and Bailey Zappi.
Okay, my list, Keon White is obviously on it as well. That's the guy they talk about just looks the part. I know it was the Texans. I know it was their backup, but boy, that was eye-opening. And everyone who's been at camp every day has said, he's shown up. I love the little unheralded slot guys. Okay, give me more Demario Douglas, fine. Bill O'Brien is the coach that I would say whose stock is up. Again, it was a low bar. It should be better than it was last year. It is better than it is last year, but so be it. Bill O'Brien deserves the credit for that. The tackles that they signed between Riley Reiff and Calvin Anderson, I think it's like $7 million guaranteed. What a joke. What a horrible job by Bill Belichick and the personnel staff on those two guys. Tyquan Thornton looks like another blown wide receiver pick. And I'll say Zappi. Again, Zappi was, we were hoping, some of us, that he would really challenge Mac Jones with his play. Not just Bill Belichick busting balls, but he wouldn't just look like the backup that he's looked like. And I do agree with Jones that he looks like just a backup, very safe, careful, conservative backup who just hands the ball off and gets off
the bum
field.
on Green Bay who played the other day? Like, same. There's like Spider-Man meme with the guy who came in after Jordan Love the other day.
So he's a rookie out of Penn State. I actually like him. I like him so much I've forgotten his name. But I actually like that kid.
Sit him for 5 years, and then maybe he can play and be a real
Yes, exactly, Jones. Sit him and develop him, and let's see what we got.
See him in a decade.
Exactly right. 2 years.
Just help me out really quickly. Why do you have Bill O'Brien stock up when you said the bar is low? It's kind of going in the same direction as my Belichick. What has he done?
No.
What has he done?
He's actually coached as opposed to not coach. So in my talk show host example, I'm actually giving credit to a host for speaking versus not speaking. I'm giving Bill Belichick. I'm giving Bill O'Brien credit for actually coaching the thing versus sitting back and not coaching.
But why is the stock up, though? We knew he was, as you said this yesterday and you said it today. You knew he was going to coach. You knew he was going to come in. He's been an OC before.
Yeah, well, that's why he's third. Stock is still up, okay, but maybe not a huge growth.
Okay.
Not a huge growth stock, but it is up.